Okay, so they sent the offer. The email's right here. I'm staring at the number, the salary. It's fine. It's okay. I should just be happy, right? I got the job. This is the goal. I should just click reply and write, yes, I accept. Thank you so much. But there's this voice in my head, a tiny voice, that's asking, is this it? Could it be more? But if I ask for more, what happens? Do they get angry? Do they think I'm ungrateful and take the offer back? I don't want to mess this up. What am I supposed to do?
Most students think the job offer is the finish line. They see it as the final step, the prize. After all the applications, the interviews, the waiting, it feels like the end of a long race.
Yes, exactly. I ran the race, I finished. Now I get the reward.
That's a reasonable way to feel. But what if the offer isn't the finish line? What if it's the start of the first real professional conversation you'll have with your new employer?
A conversation? It feels more like a test where the only two answers are yes or no, and I'm terrified of saying no.
That's the anxiety. The fear is that you're in a negotiation and you don't know the rules. But you're not in a fight. You're in a conversation about value.
But I have no value, not really. This is my first job. I have no experience. They're taking a risk on me. Shouldn't I just be thankful and accept?
Being thankful is the perfect place to start. It's actually the first step. But thankfulness and passivity are not the same thing.
Okay, so what does that mean? What's the first step? Do I call them and immediately ask for more money? That feels so aggressive.
The opposite. The first step has nothing to do with money. The first thing you do when you get an offer is pause.
Pause? But they're waiting for my answer. The email says they'd like a decision by Friday. I feel this pressure to respond instantly.
That pressure is mostly internal. Companies expect you to take some time. A quick yes can actually signal that you haven't thought about it seriously.
I never thought of it that way. I thought a quick yes showed I was enthusiastic and easy to work with.
Enthusiasm is good, but thoughtfulness is better. The first part of the script is about showing both. You simply respond with gratitude and a request for time.
So I just email back and say, thanks, I need to think about it?
Almost. You want to be a little more professional. You want to acknowledge the offer and what it represents. You say something like, thank you so much for the offer. I'm very excited about the possibility of joining the team. I'd like to take a day or two to review the details. Would it be all right if I get back to you by Thursday?
That sounds simple. It sounds professional. It doesn't sound greedy at all.
Exactly. You haven't mentioned money. You haven't made any demands. You have only done 3 things: expressed gratitude, repeated your excitement, and asked for time. It shows you are careful and serious.
And it gives me time to breathe. Right now, my heart is beating so fast I can't even think straight. So step 1 is acknowledge and ask for time. What's step 2? Preparing to ask for $1 million?
Step 2 is preparing your rationale. You can't just pick a number out of the air because it sounds good. Your request needs to be based on something real. It needs a foundation.
A foundation? What kind of foundation can I have? I told you, I have no experience. My foundation is 0.
Your foundation is not your past experience. It's the future value you will bring to the company compared to the market. This is where you do your research.
Research? You mean Google, what is a good salary for this job?
That's the start. You look at industry salary reports. You use websites that collect this data. You look for the average salary for this specific role in this specific city for someone with your level of education and skill. You are looking for a benchmark. This benchmark is not your opinion. It's not what you want. It is an objective piece of data about what the market is paying for this kind of work.
Okay, I think I understand. Let's say the offer is for $50,000. I do my research and I find that the benchmark for this role in my city is actually between $55,000 and $60,000.
Exactly. Now you have data. You are no longer just asking for more money. You are trying to align your salary with the industry standard.
But what about my skills? I did that special project in my final year and the professor said it was at a professional level, and I taught myself that software they use. Does that matter?
It matters a lot. That is the second part of your rationale. First, the market benchmark. Second, your specific value. You list 2 or 3 unique things you bring: the special project, the extra software skill, the volunteer work you did that is relevant. You are connecting your skills to their needs.
So the rationale is, the market pays X for this role, and I am a strong candidate because of A, B, and C.
Perfect. It's logical. It's impersonal. It's not about what you need or want. It's about what the role is worth and what you specifically bring to it. This preparation is what gives you confidence. You aren't just asking for more. You are explaining why it makes sense.
Okay, so I've paused, I've done my research, I have my rationale. Now comes the scary part. Step 3, the phone call. My hands are sweating just thinking about it.
Let's reframe that. It's not a scary call. It's a professional discussion, and you have a script for it. The goal is to present your counteroffer calmly and confidently. This is the moment where you bring the first two steps together.
How do you even start? Do I just say, "Hi, I want more money"?
No. Just like before, you start with gratitude. You get the hiring manager on the phone and say, "Thank you again for the offer and for giving me time to review it. I am even more excited about the role after our conversation."
Okay, that feels natural. Start positive.
Then you state your position calmly and confidently. You don't apologize, you don't sound aggressive. You say something like, "Based on my research into the market rates for this role and considering my skills in X and Y, I was hoping we could discuss a salary closer to $58,000.
I just say the number, just like that.
You say the number, and then you stop talking.
Stop talking. That's the hardest part. I want to fill the silence. I want to start explaining and apologizing and...
That's why you must practice it. You state your case and your number, and then you pause. You let them respond. The silence is not your enemy. It just means they are thinking.
And what if they say no? Just a flat no, we can't do that. That's my biggest fear, the rejection.
That is a possible outcome, but a professional company will not get angry. They will likely say something like, "I understand, but our budget for this role is fixed at $50,000, and you need to be prepared for that."
How do you prepare for that? It feels like failure.
It's not a failure, it's a data point. If they say no, your final step in the script is to respond with grace. You can say, "I appreciate you clarifying that. The salary is one important part of my decision, but the opportunity to work with you is the most important. I'm still very excited and would like to accept the original offer."
So you can still accept even after they say no to your counteroffer? They won't be disappointed in me for asking?
Not at all. You have shown them that you are a professional who understands their own value. You handled a difficult conversation with maturity. You tried to justify your position, and you respected their final decision. These are all good qualities in an employee. You have lost nothing. You have only gained respect.
This all makes sense, but it still feels theoretical. If this is true, why do so many good students still struggle? Why do my friends just accept the first offer? It feels like this advice is for someone with 10 years of experience, not someone like me. My only leverage is that I'll work hard.
I understand that feeling. It's the belief that you haven't earned the right to ask. But the company isn't hiring you for your past. They are hiring you for your future.
What does that mean?
They see your potential. They interviewed you because they believe you can grow into the role and contribute. The negotiation is not about what you've done. It's a conversation to determine the fair value of that potential you're bringing on day one.
So when I talk about my skills, I'm not bragging. I'm just reminding them why they chose me in the first place.
Precisely. You are helping them justify their own decision. They already want you. They have already invested time and resources in choosing you. They don't want to start the search all over again. That is your leverage. It's not about power, it's about momentum. They want to close the deal.
So this whole process, the pause, the research, the conversation, it's not a fight against them. It's a process with them.
Yes. Let's put it all together. The system is simple. It's a 3-part script: gratitude and pause, rationale and research, and the professional proposal. Each step builds on the last. You acknowledge the offer with respect. You build a rationale based on data, not emotion. You use that rationale to make a reasonable counteroffer, and you accept the final outcome with grace.
So the negotiation itself is like a final test. It's a chance to show them I'm the professional person they thought I was during the interviews.
That is the perfect way to see it. It's your first project for the company, and the project is demonstrating your own value.
And I need to prepare for it. I need to find my benchmark salary. I need to make sure my rationale is solid so I can justify the number I'm suggesting.
Exactly. You would never go into an exam without studying. You should not go into this conversation without preparing.
When they say yes or no, or even meet me in the middle, I need to acknowledge their final position with respect. That feels important. It's about the long-term relationship, not just this one conversation.
It is. The conversation about your counteroffer is temporary, but how you handle it sets the tone for your entire time at the company. Professionalism, preparation, and respect.
It's not about the money, not really. I mean, it is, but it's more about starting my first job feeling like I was part of the process, not just a passenger. It's about starting my career knowing my own value, and knowing that I had the courage to communicate it. That feels different. It feels a lot calmer than just clicking yes.
And that's the goal. Not a bigger number necessarily, but a better start. Hello to everyone listening. We hope this conversation was helpful. If there's a specific skill you're thinking about, or a challenge you're facing in your studies or career, let us know in the comments. We read all of them.